Hello and welcome everyone to Galactic Gumbo episode number 26. I'm your host, Josh, also known as G1 Extron, and I'm joined with my other co-host, Mike. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to people where they can find you?
You can find me on Twitter as BotConFan1978 and here on YouTube as Autobot City Toys.
All right, Lodi.
He's still leaving.
I'm Dalton. You can find me everywhere at Daltonian TFs and on PlayStation Network at Daltonian95.
All right, Rick.
And you can find me on Twitter as Shatrdglassjazz.
All right, and you can find me, G1 Hextron, on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook page is the G1 Hextron. Dakota, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere as PrimalSabbath.
You can find them in the block section.
You can find me everywhere as PrimalSabbath.
All right, so he's not fully on yet. All right, and we might be joined by another. We'll see. But anyways, so what we're going to be covering today, obviously we're going to be doing hauls. We're going to be doing a Mount Rushmore. We have two Mount Rushmores for you. So we're going to be doing cereals. And then we're also going to be doing Cobra Troopers. So those are going to be fun. Then what we're going to be talking about is we're going to go ahead and do very first thing. If your house was burning, which 3 items? You only get 3. You grab to save, so that you can take with you. The next thing that we're going to be covering is Hasbro's distribution problem, which we know is a problem. So we're going to be covering that.
I thought it was 5.
Nope. It's in the look in the tweet. It says 3. So. But you get 3 items. You get 3 items. So, all right. Let's go ahead and let's get started. Mike, what did you get? What's your haul for? I guess the past couple weeks or something.
Oh, okay. Hauls. Yeah, I'll do hauls. Let's see. I picked up a what was it? Voyager Megatron from that horrible Transformer movie that just recently came out.
That one.
Yeah, that one, which is actually, it's a really good figure, so that I was looking forward to getting regardless. I can't remember. I think the Revolutionary set and the Missile Command set, I picked those up in the last couple of weeks from San Diego. The Transformers Club had a sale going on, and I decided to pick up a second BotCon 2015 box set. And I got that yesterday in the mail. Let's see. And then I got a custom Optimus Prime alligator in today, matter of fact, in the mail from Jesse Rittenrich, who works for the club. He did a really good custom on a Optimus Prime from that one episode that we were going to get that as a toy in figure subscription service 7, I think it was. Or 6.
It was a free figure for this year. It would have been.
Was it been the free figure? Okay.
Yep.
It would have been it would have came from the club, and it didn't. And Jesse made one for me. Did a real good job on it. That's probably about it. You know, I didn't get a whole lot. I'm not as rich as the rest of you guys. So.
All right. What about you, Dakota? Do you speak? Nope. All right, Dalton.
Oh boy. My hauls, I got a new PlayStation 4 with GTA 5 in the headset. And a big shout out to Dakota, my buddy Tyler, his name was Joe, and Micah, and was it Chris? I can't remember who all got it for me, but they all pitched in together and got me a Telemocha Wolfang from Beast Wars. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you.
And why would they do something like that?
For my birthday.
Oh, was it your birthday? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
It was a birthday gift. My birthday was last Thursday, so.
Oh, wow.
That's right. I told you happy birthday. Yeah. And you didn't even reply back. So.
Oh, that's right. Did he say F you to somebody on Facebook?
I don't remember.
I think I remember seeing that.
I think that was to Tyler because he was like, happy birthday. Because the running joke with the shit, Stasis Log is they like to cut me off just like that. So.
All right. Well, we'll move on. Dakota, are you back?
Nope.
Nope.
Guess not.
All right, Rick.
I picked up the Missile Command Center and the Revolution set. I picked up the DC Direct animated Batgirl. I got Hot Toys Drax. I got a Titans Return Misfired, Twin Twist, Windblade, and Overlord. And the Motu Ultimates from Super 7 finally came in. And I picked up a vintage Cobra Bug.
Ooh, yeah. That's a strange vehicle.
Oh, I never had it as a kid, but
it's crazy.
God, I love it.
I
Yeah, it's
didn't have
crazy
it as a
looking.
kid either. Yeah.
Where'd you get Overlord?
Overlord.
At the
That was one of.
store?
No, you won't find anything here. That ties into our topic later, Hasbro distribution. I have one buddy who can hook me up with stuff early every once in a while, not all of them, but he emailed me about the 3 deluxes and Overlord, and I said, yes, please. So, yeah. I looked at Robot Kingdom because last year I ordered some stuff from Robot Kingdom. Dude, the shipping prices from Robot Kingdom, I'm imagining it's almost everyone, but I looked and it was crazy what the shipping prices have gone up to.
Yeah, I don't even look at them because I just know
I gave up on that. I gave up on that
shipping
as
is
an alternative.
ridiculous.
It's more about like making friends. If you want stuff early, like just make as many friends as possible through any outlet you can.
I'll keep that in mind.
Let's see. Jonathan McKnight says his haul for the week is DVDs of Thundar, the Barbarian, and Planet of the Apes collection. So very nice there. For me, I'm trying to remember. Today I picked up Windblade and Twin Twist. I don't remember if the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 4-pack turtles had come in since last time, but I also picked up a DC Collectibles 2-pack, Power Girl and the Huntress, and then Mattel's DC Universe Classics Hawk Girl. And that's all I can really think of right now. So, Dakota, are you with us? Or are you just hanging out? Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the first Mount Rushmore. We're going to talk about food, so maybe Dakota will answer now. So the first Mount Rushmore we're going to do is cereal. So I've got a pretty simple list. So I'll go first on this one. My number one, I know we usually don't. It's just kind of like they're on Mount Rushmore. It's kind of just the top 4, but this is my number one. Cheerios, just plain Cheerios, and they are so. I love it. You can put bananas in there, you put strawberries, you can sprinkle a little sugar, but just plain Cheerios. You can eat them dry with milk. They even had Beerios one time in college, man, because we didn't have any milk. But dude, I love Cheerios. Second for me is going to be Rice Krispies again, very plain, but I like them. Now getting a little crazy and wild with my cereals after naming them. Frosted Flakes.
Whoa!
Little sugar.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And Captain Crunch Berry. Those are my 4. I guess. Well, should we go ahead and name if we had the honorable mention? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Golden Crisp.
Oh wow, that's an old cereal right there.
Oh yeah, did I eat that when I go to my grandparents? He basically did what Dalton's doing right, because whenever Dalton was like, "Yeah, man, I'm just eating some cereal," and I'm like, "Man, it's 8:30. You're eating cereal." That's something that my grandpa used to do. That was his dinner: is eat some cereal, watch TV before he went to bed. So, it's like Dalton had a birthday and he just aged 60 years.
I love me some cereal.
Oh, food, he's here.
Sorry, man. It took me a while to find where my headphones were.
All right, Rick, why don't you go ahead and get your honorable mention in there too?
Sure. All right, coming in at number 4, honeycomb. And I think I like honeycomb because as a kid they used to, and I'm taking it back. Honeycomb used to have little license plates, and they had one for all the different states. And I would try to get Virginia, and I never had any luck. So honeycomb stuck with me. I still eat it. Number 3, peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Oh, boy.
Number 2, and I think I took down a box without ever using milk like 2 weeks ago. Corn Pops. I love Corn Pops. And number 1 is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
What was your honorable mention?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Nice.
Yep.
Here's Bill's Blitzwing 5000. It says Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes. Let's see. KO Fruit Loops. I guess
Fruit
Great
holes.
values.
They were probably called fruit holes or something like that.
they're spelled FROOT loops, not fruit. And then let's see. Jonathan McKnight says Cookie Crisp, Berry Kicks, Frankenberries, and Fruit Loops. Oh, Jonathan, he likes all the, I guess, colorful ones and stuff like that. I like all the plain stuff. Dalton, what about you?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go Oreo O's. They went away for a while, then they recently came back. So like those. Life cereal. I guess it goes the same thing with you and Cheerios. I mean, you can add whatever to it, and I ate the knockoff version, but basically Captain Crunch berries and Lucky Charms, and then my honorable mention would be Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay. What do you mean that it's kind of like your Cheerios and stuff? Like don't use the great cereal of Cheerios to justify your crappy cereal, okay? Like Cheerios are fantastic.
So was life.
What about you, Mr. Dakota?
Let's see. Coming to number 4, Raisin Bran. Actually, I like Raisin Bran.
Got it. Another 80-year-old cereal.
Keeps you regular.
You need help in that department.
Yep.
Well, when you have a diet like mine, sometimes Raisin Bran's the way you gotta go.
I can just picture Dakota wearing just like a white T-shirt with some silk boxers and then those golden toe socks pulled up all the way to his knees, just hovering over with a tray eating Raisin Bran, watching Green Acres. Just...
Watching Hee-Haw.
It's so I like Raisin Bran. Number 2 is gonna probably be the Frosted Mini Wheats. Big fan of Frosted Mini Wheats.
They're good.
Yeah.
Never.
Coming in at number 3, the Rice Krispie Treats cereal. Not the Rice Krispies, but it was like the Rice Krispie Treats, but they were like all broken up. I don't know if you guys remember that. I haven't seen them in a while, but they came in like a greenish box instead of the blue. You guys never had those, man. You were missing out.
I've seen them.
That stuff's too sweet for me.
Oh, I loved it. It was just right. Number 4, Kix. Definitely Kix. I was a big fan of Kix.
Good cereal.
You got an
honorable mention because like I went into Walmart the other night and I saw it and I had to pick up like the biggest box they had was the Oreos and the Oreo-Os and I went through that box in like 3 days.
Same here.
And like the regular Rice Krispies too, of course. But man, I just can't beat those Rice Krispie Treat cereals.
What about you, Mike?
Well, I want to mention 2 that I currently eat and 2 that I wish we still had around from being kids.
They don't make them with lead paint like they used to.
I know. Toys don't seep into them like they used to. Currently, I mean, I usually 9 times out of 10 I usually eat Cheerios. Is the only thing I eat, and for breakfast cereal. And then whenever I feel being a little squirrely, I'll get the Frosted Rice Krispies. Yeah, those are really good.
You're bad.
I am so bad. And now
the one cocoa in there.
Now, the ones I wish we still had, and I remember as a child eating these, was the Ghostbusters cereal
Yeah, I remember that.
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles cereal. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that one, Rick?
I remember seeing it. I don't think I ever had that when I bought the Ghostbusters one.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles. I remember Ninja Turtles when the prize was actually that plastic bowl that was on the outside of the box, and they saran wrapped it all on there as one big, thing. And then my honorable mention was Batman cereal.
Mm-hmm.
And that was back from the old Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah, wasn't that
So
just
funny.
like Captain Crunch, but shaped as bat symbols?
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep. I won't eat Captain Crunch, but I'll eat Batman cereal.
Hey, Mike, do you remember C-3POs?
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh God.
C-3POs.
A lot of these cereals, though, like whenever they back then, they did all the promotional stuff with like
Yep.
movies and cartoons and stuff like
Oh,
that. It was
yeah.
just a cereal that was already made, but they would if I don't know if there was one, but if like for example, like it's a Slimer cereal, it would just be like Fruity Pebbles, but they're just all lime green, and be like,
or
it's
turn
slime.
the milk green.
Actually, let me find it. There is a Slimer. I saw here.
I don't know.
Slimer,
I'm not going off of like memory there. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna use an example.
They still do that today. I mean, for Force Awakens, they had Star Wars cereal, and I think
Yeah.
they still
Yeah.
got some stuff like that.
What is the Star Wars cereal? Because I ended up just walking past the ice cream stuff. I wasn't even wanting to buy any ice cream because I don't really eat
I
sweet.
think it was all like Lucky Charms.
I
Yeah,
saw
it was
Star
Lucky
Wars
Charms.
promotional stuff on these popsicles, so I was like, well, it's Star Wars, so of course I bought it. So I got like Star Wars popsicles.
Like the bits of cereal were shaped like X-wings, TIE fighters, and Millennium Falcons, and you had different characters for the marshmallows.
Yep.
See, I don't like cereals with marshmallows.
I like it after they've been soaking for like 45 minutes in the milk. Then it's not that bad, but like
It tastes
until you soak them in the milk for 3 days, they're just
And like with like Lucky Charms, I just always hate them. Like they're marshmallows. I hate marshmallows. And then if you took the marshmallows out, your cereal is disgusting.
yeah.
It looks
Oh,
like
boy.
cat food. Like the
Yeah.
like dry,
how
dry
is
cat food.
How
Wait,
I don't understand like how any kids were like, I want Lucky Charms.
Right.
Because I was like, the cereal's disgusting. You have to have those marshmallows to sweeten it up.
Yeah.
Make it the milk all sugary, just so that you can get past the bland taste of the cereal. And then that's just too much marshmallows. It would make you sick, or at least me. It made me sick to my stomach. Give me some good old Cheerios, man. Cut some bananas and strawberries off in there.
All you freaking old guys are like, be happy, be healthy.
I know. I'm like my favorite cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh yeah.
See, I like that.
sugar.
I think the first time I ever had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I was like, man, this is awesome. But then after a few bowls, I was like,
I don't feel so good.
Oh man, does anybody
I think
remember
I'm done
Apple
with
Jacks?
this.
Who remembers
Oh,
Apple
yes.
Jacks?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Was it O's? Like they would.
Oh,
Studios.
Just O's.
Studios.
That might be some of that.
Oh,
that's some of that great value brand.
were there Rufios?
Rufios. Tank rape
I
cereal.
take them to the club every weekend.
Chris would know.
Hell.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the second Mount Rushmore, and we're going to be talking about the Cobra Troopers. So, Mike, you're a big G.I. Joe fan, so why don't you go ahead and kick it off?
Well, first ones would have to be the zombie troopers sets. They came out, oh gosh, a few years back in a single carded, and then they did a 2-pack here last year, the 50th line. And those are, man, I got probably about 20 something of those figures alone. They're a good troop builder. The female trooper set ended up being a real good set. It's So I'd have to go with the female troopers. They had the different color hair. Then the Renegades Cobra Trooper, which was a specific cartoon show. Those were really good troopers. They came with interchangeable heads where they had the helmet and a regular face and sunglasses, and then they changed it to where they had the mask on their face. And then you really just can't go wrong with the regular. Oh no, bats! Do bats! I love me some bats. Give me a box of 8 or 9 bats. I'll be tickled pink.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, give me some bats.
Didn't you get about 7 or 8, 9 bats?
Yeah, I did. I was throwing a little joke out there. Apparently, it didn't work too well.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Okay, never mind. Dalton will go next.
Ooh.
Dalton.
Well, thanks to Mike, I'm gonna have to go with the Bats, Viper Infantry. And I'm just going based on looks here because I haven't watched anything with G.I. Joe at all. So, and I guess the Rattler pilots or like Wild Weasel, and the Python troopers.
Python Patrol.
Yeah. Python.
Yeah.
I liked.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say my 4 real quick. The paratrooper from I believe it was Rise of Cobra. I really like that as just a regular trooper. Was it Toxic Viper or Toxo Viper?
Yep.
The Iron Grenadiers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome.
And then like, honestly, you really can't go wrong with just your typical foot soldiers, just your regular, nothing special red shirts. They're all dying Cobra troopers.
None of them can shoot.
Nope.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
No problem. Real quick, Sportivus, you want to tell people where they can find you?
You can find me pretty much everywhere. I'm on Twitter at Sportimus Prime. I'm on YouTube at Sportimus, and I'm on Facebook, Sportimus Prime. That pretty much covers it.
All right.
You sit in the dark?
I've got a piece of tape on my thing here.
Okay.
A little better.
Okay.
All right. We're doing Mount Rushmore, so it's basically your top 4. I know this is probably going to be, you're going to have to think of this on the fly, but the first one we did, and we've already passed, but go ahead and get yours in there. Your Mount Rushmore, basically top 4 of cereals.
Can I go in last on this one, or am I last on this one?
Well, we've already gone through it, but you can think on that. And then the next Mount Rushmore we're doing is Cobra Troopers. So, Rick, you want to do next on Cobra Troopers?
Yeah, sure. Number 4, and all these are pretty classics. Cobra Vipers, number 4. Number 3's the Crimson Guard. Number 2, the Iron Grenadier. Even though they're really Destro's army and not Cobra's army, they're still like a fantastic figure design. And number 1 is Cobra Eel. I love the Cobra Eel.
I almost picked the Eel too, but I ended up going with another one. So the 4 that I went with for Mount Rushmore, the Bat, Techno Viper. I love the Techno Viper.
Yeah.
The vintage one and the new style, and I just love purple. So if you get purple in there or black and pink, fuchsia stuff, man, I'm picking it. I picked, instead of the Eels, Hydro Vipers. I like the way that they looked with their mask and stuff that they could pull over. I think that they were awesome. And then I went with Alley Viper.
Yeah.
I love also their little toy with their little thing.
The visor.
Down. Yeah, visor. And they came with guns like Uzis and stuff, and then also a shield. The
shield is really cool too.
It's so hard just to narrow it down to 4. There's so many.
It is.
There. Hearing some of y'all's you bringing them up, I'm like, damn it, why didn't I say that? Damn it, why didn't I say that? Man.
I mean, like a couple.
Crimson Guard almost made mine too.
Crimson Guard and just the regular Viper.
Yeah.
were kind of like runner-ups.
Yeah, he brought the Techno Viper. I forgot. I had a whole bunch of those Techno Vipers on the line. Thinking of there's just so many troop buildings with GI Joe. It's not even funny.
It's a
I
rabbit
was
hole.
surprised
It's a
to
rabbit
hear
hole.
Dalton go out like left field and name Python Patrol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he threw me out for the Python Patrol. Is really good. It's a damn good figure. So yeah,
I really
kudos for being original.
I really just dig the look of their uniforms. Just the yellow and green camo just
Right.
pops. It's not what you'd expect from Cobra. You expect dark, kind of, your reds, blacks, and purples, kind of like what you'd expect for Decepticons. And then you throw in the Python Patrol being your G2 stuff there.
Right. Okay.
Well, it basically was kind of like G2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That and Tiger Force and Python Patrol.
Yeah.
All right. Sportimus, so we got the 2 Mount Rushmores there. Before we can move on, want to get your take. So your cereals, and then also Cobra Troopers.
Well, you got me on Cobra Troopers because I like G.I. Joe, but I'm not too familiar with them. But a lot of it's been already said. Can you hear me okay, or am I not?
Yep. No, we
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah.
My apologies. Okay, it's my first time on this thing. So I really like the Crimson Guard. That would probably be my favorite. The Vipers and the Bats and the Techno Vipers would probably be my 4.
Yep, those are all awesome. Like I love that was one of the coolest things I think about Cobra is like all the troopers have different awesome designs. I loved all of them. What about for cereals for you? As far as like you go in there, it could be from the past or it can be current. Like there's 4 cereals out there that like those are the only 4 cereals you can ever have ever. What 4 do you pick?
Well, I don't know if you ever remember this, but I was really into that Ghostbusters cereal.
Yep. So somebody
Nice.
think of that.
Those hollow foil things in the front that you can cut out and all that. They had those, and I still have them somewhere. And jeez, I was really into that kind of a cereal, basically the Ghostbusters. The ones that I like still exist, Lucky Charms, Frosted
Now,
Flakes.
is that Lucky Charms like before they've set for 3 minutes or like after?
We actually talked
gotten
about
good
Lucky
into it.
Charms, and I said how I hated it.
Really? No, I ate them right away, so I don't know.
Oh man, you really ought to try it after the mushrooms like soak up the milk. It's really good.
They're kind of mushy.
Oh my god,
Really-
Marshmallows.
And
Marshmallows.
yeah, and the way Dakota eats it, don't even use a spoon. Just like dip it up.
drink
with
it.
a Twinkie. Dip it up with a Twinkie.
Got shrooms on the mind over there. Somebody.
Oh, okay. Look, no. So I had hibachi, grill for dinner tonight, and there were mushrooms. There were mushrooms in with the. Yeah, thanks, Mike. There were mushrooms in with the vegetables, and so like I was just like, and the way they like seasoned them and sauced them up was really good, and I was like, God damn, those mushrooms were awesome.
But
So that's.
Man.
they
And I've
put
always
mushrooms
confused
with
the.
their-
I've always gotten. It's not that I've always confused them. It's just I've always switched like marshmallow for mushroom. I don't understand why. I just like I'd be making s'mores as a kid. I'm like, hey, pass them shrooms, And
They taste a little different. They taste a bit different.
yeah.
I'm gonna get dinner for that again.
So you got Ghostbuster cereals, Lucky Charms. What are the other 2?
Oh gosh, I think I said Frosted Flakes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
And what was the one that I really liked?
I mean, Cheerios is the best. We all know that. But.
Cheer. I liked Apple Jacks. I don't know. I was always into it.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move into the House on Fire topic, and then we'll get into discussing Hasbro distribution. So this is a topic we did a few years ago I came up with, and basically, what's up, Nick? where your house is on fire. So just to make it, interesting, your house is on fire. All your family pictures, all the family, the kids, the wives, whatever, they're all out of the house. All the clothes that you need, they're all out of the house. Anything that's left is just in your collection room. You can only take 3 items. You can't just start chunking stuff out the window. So it's basically, if you could only take 3 things with you out of your current collection, what would they be?
No, we agreed on 5.
But we're gonna go back to 3.
Nope.
Well, let me ask you this. I have 2
5.
children.
Look, it's a big fire. It's a big fire, Dakota.
Then I'm dying unless I get 5. You're gonna kill me off, Josh? Huh? You're gonna George R.R. Martin me?
He went from blocked. He went from being blocked to just dead, just like that.
All right, I'll let you do 5. We'll do 5 then. All right. I don't know how you're carrying 5 items, but go ahead. Who wants to go first?
You
Dakota?
see the meat?
Dakota, go.
I gotta go. Okay. Obviously, my signed, sealed Optimus Primal, Masterpiece Optimus Primal from Gary Chalk. Just because that's something that's definitely not easily replaceable. Insurance ain't gonna cover that, My Masterpiece, Cheetor, and Optimus Primal prototypes. We're at 3. My Club Depth Charge production sample, since I think I can say I've got that now. And number 5, probably my signed Masterpiece MP28 by Judd Nelson, because that's probably never going to happen again. Meeting him, so that's my 5. 5 probably most irreplaceable / favorite things.
All right, Mike.
I want to go last.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to say one would be BotCon 2016 Megatron. The Masterpiece Primal and Cheetor, so that's 3. Masterpiece Megatron. And one more, let's see. Yeah, this last one's a tough one. I'm going to say, let's see. God. Stick it, house burn it down.
Think about what insurance. Think about what insurance won't cover. That's how I arrived at mine. Other than that, I'm dying.
Legs on fire. Legs on fire.
Okay.
You're dying of smoke.
Okay. Damn it. Masterpiece Shockwave.
All right. Rick.
Yep. The G.I. Joe Defiant. And
you ain't getting nothing else.
Easily number. Oh yeah. I need to preface this by there's only one of these things I could probably carry because all of them are huge. There's no way I could carry these.
I did the same thing. You gave me 5 items, so
right. That's right. So the Defiant is easily number 1, and then after that would be the Hot Toys 1989 Batmobile, and then third would be Transformers, the Victory Leo Kaiser box set. The fourth would be, I don't know if I've said this on the show, I actually am a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, this TV show. And I have a cast sign poster that we have hanging in our den. My wife and I both love Buffy. That's number 4. And number 5 is that Boba Fett that you see behind me every week, the sideshow bust.
Rick's going to be like, Erica Xander, drop everything you got. You got to get these things for me. I'm carrying my Defiant.
Yeah. Totally.
Xander, grab that shopping cart from down the road. Throw that sucker up in here. And he's pushing this shopping cart. The wheels are already melted off. He's
through fire.
Yep. It's a family activity.
He sends the kid in because he's already low to the ground, so the smoke's not made it down to him yet. Let's see. 5 for me. I'm gonna go with Hot Toys. Michael Keaton Batman. I'm gonna go with the MP10 Eva Optimus Prime. I'm gonna go with Castle Grayskull. I'm gonna go with the animated series DC Collectibles Batmobile and Batwing. So I love those. Like, there's stuff that's more expensive, but dude, I've wanted those for so long, and I still haven't opened the Batwing.
Yeah, you're supposed to tell me. You're supposed to tell me how awesome it is,
dude. It's
Still
so
waiting
big.
on that, aren't you?
Yeah. Let's see. Sportimus, you know what your 5 items are?
Sure, let's start with dragging out the USS Flag.
There you go.
You could probably put the other 4 on top of the flag, like while you're. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Except I don't have one, but mine would be somewhat more of a sentimental thing. Like, the first thing I would grab is my G1 Sunstreaker, since that is my very first Transformers ever. Yeah. And then Castle Grayskull, because you just can't get that thing anymore. The Classics one. That was new, $300. I don't know what they would go for now, so that would definitely be on the list. My signed Classics Skeletor, which was signed by Oppenheimer and the 4 Horsemen.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely take that, because there's no way I can replace that. And probably Masterpiece Megatron. I really like that thing.
Yeah, that like just barely missed it for me. Jonathan McKnight said he's gonna grab his Alf plush that he had since he was 5. So this is the whole thing about like your house on fire. It's like you're grabbing stuff that can't be replaced. You're grabbing stuff that's sentimental. You're grabbing stuff maybe because of the value. So it's kind of could be a mixed list. It's not just what's the most 5 valuable items in your collection dollar wise. So he's gonna grab that. Let's see. Jonathan McKnight also says most of my figures are replaceable because my collection is fairly small, but he's gonna grab his guitar. Would be a second. Bill said Dakota will save his mushrooms.
Sorry.
Those are important. Oh yeah.
Bill also said I would grab my trash bag and throw all my masterpieces in there. You can't do that. It's against the rules. Then he said my beer and my guns.
He must be from the South.
And then
That's a Texas man right there.
Yeah, and then Nicholas, it's our buddy from PlayStation. That he lives in Jamaica. We're always thinking, when we hear him on the headset, we're like, we always hear these chickens in the background. And what's up with this rooster like crowing like at like 6 p.m. in the afternoon? Like the sun just came up. But he said he's gonna grab his PS4 and his chickens.
Is his PS4 name his PS4 name Buffalo Soldier?
Oh God!
Because if it isn't, it's a missed opportunity.
Let's see. Jonathan also says third his MPO1 because it was his first Transformer collectible he bought. And Bill said he's gonna grab Raph, which is his cat. So yeah, gotta get Raph in there. So Mike, you're the only one left, right?
Yep, I'm ready. All right, I want to throw y'all left field on this one. First thing I would get would be
those Barbies up there, those Toy Story Barbies.
You leave my toys. You leave Woody alone. I would get my my box set, my JoeCon 2015 Tiger Force box set. Would be one of the first things I grab. It's the Japanese Fire Guts G1 Power Master Prime, the Fire Guts one.
Oh yeah, the E-Hobby one.
Yeah, E-Hobby. I would grab. I'd have to pull one off Dalton here, which would be the 2016 Megatron from BotCon. And then another one would be my Legacy Power Rangers Dragon Dagger. And then one, y'all aren't going to believe this, is an autographed WWE ECW 3D title. It's one. I don't know if y'all have seen. I know Dakota's seen it in my man cave, the one hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
That title belt's actually autographed by Christian when he held the title years ago from a paper. It was autographed at a pay-per-view Backlash. I forget what year it was, but it was a title. It's just a title I've had on for many, many, many years, and that's something you can't. I mean, that's not very easily replaceable, like you said on a couple of things too. So yeah, that'd be one of the main things I grabbed.
All right, so we finally got that topic. Let's just spend the rest of the time talking about this Hasbro distribution. So whether you're a Transformer fan, whether you're a Star Wars fan, the only thing that Hasbro seems to be doing okay at is Marvel Legends. Because I always kind of see the new wave. They usually pop up pretty early, but Hasbro distribution. I did another toy hunting video today. I'm going to post tomorrow, where I'm just looking at just pegs, empty pegs of Transformer. Where there should be Transformers, but there's just empty pegs. Every single store I go to, even the movie stuff, empty pegs. I go to the Star Wars stuff. Like, they haven't got in the last two waves. They're not getting in the second wave of 40th anniversary. They're not getting the Imperial Guard wave. And here we are about to get into the new movie stuff. So, like, those two, as it's happened the past couple years, usually get swept under the rug, and, like, they're just impossible to find. They're going to be extremely expensive on eBay later.
Tell me about it. At my local Walmart, they've still got a couple of the first wave figures from Rogue One.
Yeah,
aren't stores like still doing their August reset though?
I was going to say we need to preface this conversation with saying that we're not talking about just this month, because that's what everybody's going to say. We're talking about
the past.
Yeah, the past 12 months. Yeah, the past 12 months.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen like up to date Marvel Legends. Like there's still like a bunch of oh my god, what was the wave? I think like the Doctor Strange wave. Like I'm still seeing the Doctor Strange wave locally. Still seeing one of the Spider-Man waves. It's bad here.
We got the Guardians wave here.
Yeah, we got the Guardians wave.
Like the Marvel Legends, like I said, for the most part, they seem to be popping up pretty decently.
Now, is it the Guardians 1 wave or the Guardians 2 wave?
2
wave.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you haven't seen any of that.
Matter of fact, here's how crazy it is here, was that, Walmart, we're talking about resets. Walmart's doing a huge reset, clearancing a lot of stuff. And the manager down in Hot Springs Village, which is about 45 minutes away, a guy was like, hey, I'll buy all your Marvel Legends if you cut me a deal. He sold him over 40-something Marvel Legends for $2 a piece, including Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Wow.
He bought every single one that Walmart had in the store. That's single ridiculous. One.
I didn't even know that they could do something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
A manager can go in, and if they want, they can override it, which is basically going through the system and ringing it up and price changing it down to $2.
Yep.
I see. I didn't know we could just start haggling with managers like that.
You gotta find the right one. You gotta find the right one. He'll do it. Or you're gonna find the ones that are gonna be like, no, this is what it is. I mean, there's some stuff, like Imaginext, for example, is clearancing out Power Ranger stuff. So a lot of guys are finding that remote control Dragon Zord for $7. Well, I found one, and they wanted $17 for it, but I'm showing them the receipts of everybody in the world getting it for $7, even the guy in West Little Rock, and they're like, no, I won't price match that. You got to find the right manager who will do stuff for you, or you're just going to be on the shitter the whole time and just going to be SOL in the end. But I mean, that's them
Walmart for lifers.
Those people are hanging out with Walmart. But I mean, as far as distribution, I mean, we're talking like Star Wars. I mean, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but the distribution on that 40th line sucked balls. It was horrible.
And it's not just the 40th.
They're all like that.
Oh, you're right. Don't get me wrong. You're exactly right. It's not
Blaze and Chim, what's his name? The
in
280
Wii.
guys.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No, like I've never seen those in a store. I had to order like the two of them from BBTS, and like whenever I was like, "Hey, look, I got these," Rick was like, "I've never seen those either. I thought those were urban legends." Like,
Yeah.
like that was something that they were talking about. Maybe one day they'd come out with.
Yeah.
Like, didn't know they were actually figures.
The way I
So-
understand it, I have a pretty solid Star Wars selection locally, according to Josh. Every time he visits,
Not
Dude,
me.
I went in
don't have
there.
anything.
I went into his Star Wars thing before a couple. What was it? 2 BotCons ago, or was it last?
there was last BotCon, and I think before we went to Mike's show, you wanted to check him out again.
Yeah, so I'm all always telling you guys like I need this, and then I go to Walmart with Dakota, and he has probably 5 cases of all the stuff that I'm needing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
It's because I haven't been there yet.
what part of keep an eye out for your buddy? You not.
The thing is, like, I
understand,
never go to Walmart, and like the only reason we went to Walmart that night was because I wanted to get a rubber ducky for David K to sign. Had I known that BotCon would have supplied rubber duckies, that would have been something else. But whatever.
So just my particular story. So since last September, Force Friday, I usually average once to twice a week as far as going into a Walmart and Target. So since Force Friday, and I always go at least once a week, maybe twice a week, I have only seen Black Series Star Wars figures once. One new wave in 12 months. Once.
That was the wave 1, right?
I think it was. Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Yikes.
No, it's really bad. I saw traces of the 40th wave number 1 Leia, and I saw Luke. That's it. Like that covers my entire Star Wars Black Series as far as brick and mortar stores for the entire year.
Mhm.
So my question is, do you think this is another part to the topic? Do you think that's on purpose?
No.
Sometimes I feel like it is, but I have no way of backing that up.
Yeah.
I feel like they do hold back product for whenever they get ready to do the big displays. Because like in my area, like just talking about Transformers, there has been Wave 1 and 2 of Titan's Return. I have not seen anything past Wave 2 deluxes.
I haven't even seen Wave 2. So.
They like very scarcely put them out, but they then they would sit because it was just like Scourge and some of the other crappy ones, and then like whenever they put the last night displays out, there's like 17 cases of Deluxe's Wave 1 and 10 cases of Voyager Wave 1s, and then they bring out even more cases of Titan's Returns Wave 1 and 2 and shove them onto these displays. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So like that was my local Walmart, and that was whenever they were pushing the whole last night promotional stuff. It was bad. Like I can't speak for Target or anything like that because it's a little too far out of the way, but Walmart's just right on the way home from work.
Right.
It's so I think they in some cases they do brick and mortar will hold it back for the big display or the big reset or whatever. But sometimes I think it's just poor distribution. Like it's Hasbro has always had poor distribution. Always.
This has been the worst year for me. The previous year was completely different. This has been the first time, and I'm in Virginia. So I don't remember a year like this. This has been a completely new. I definitely ordered more product online this year than I ever have. And that's why I asked the question, does it have to do, is there something behind the scenes where they're pushing us to buy from other places or from their Hasbro toy shop or conventions?
I also wonder, because I expect Mike and I expect myself and even places in Texas to really see that stuff first at Walmart because of how close we are in proximity to their main warehouse.
Right.
Especially Mike. But like there for a little while there was a Walmart locally. It was a little further out of the way, but they typically got, all the up-to-date stuff. They would never really over-order any Wave 1 and 2 sort of things. But in the last year, like they've completely slacked off of that. It's just saturated Wave 1 and Wave 2 or absolutely nothing.
Well, and Josh said this from the get-go. The Marvel Legends didn't seem to suffer as much as the Star Wars, and I haven't had a problem finding the entire wave of Marvel Legends. I needed my friend Ben, who we had on the show before. He picked up a Cyclops for me out of that X-Men wave because I found the entire wave except for him. But other than that, like the Spider-Man wave, I found all of those recently. The Guardians, I don't have a problem finding Marvel Legends. As long as I go in the store about twice a week, I can get those.
Yep.
But Star Wars is a different story.
Star Wars, we never got the Darth Revan wave.
Right.
Right.
And for some reason, like some of my stores, and I go in these places probably 5 times a week. And I go on truck days, and all the managers and people know me. And I'm like, I tell them what I'm looking for. And whenever it came to 40th anniversary, wave 2, I went to one Walmart where they had a Stormtrooper and a Tusken Raider, but, nothing else. And then they never got anything again. And this was a Walmart that's on the other side of town that I never go to. All my other 3 Walmarts, Target, Toys R Us, never got wave 2. Never on 40th anniversary. And nobody in my, town ever got the Darth Revan wave. And no one's getting the Imperial Guard. I actually had to go to the store manager at the GameStop near me. Like, he knows me as, he knows me on first name basis, but he's like, you're my only Star Wars guy. Whenever like something comes in, he's like, man, I don't know if you got it or not. So I just always put stuff to the side if I know it's new and I haven't seen it before. But like he called up like 5 different GameStop locations in Dallas today and got 3 Imperial Guards shipping to him. So I can they'll be there probably, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll buy them from him, So
see, as far as Marvel Legends goes, like, I still haven't seen either of the X-Men waves, like the one with Old Man Logan and the one with Brown Suit Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like I saw some remnants of that first one, like because there were a couple of Kitty Prydes and like 1 Phoenix, but that was it, man. Like I had to order Cable and Deadpool online. I had to get Mike had to pick me up an Old Man Logan. I never could find the brown and yellow Wolverine. Like fortunately, there's that like vintage carded Marvel Legends stuff that's about to come out, but like I know I'm not going to find that locally either, and it's I'm going to have to settle for like ordering that stuff online, which I think like I'm mostly all in for a lot of that, at least Cap and Wolverine, but I need to get 2 Wolverines so I'll have 1 to display.
We'll see.
Go ahead.
With the past like 3 or 4 months, absolutely nothing, at my store. And then, with this reset, all of a sudden we've got wave 3 Voyagers just out of nowhere, and knowing my luck, they're going to be gone within a minute because on the way to Pete's Robot Convention, found 2, bunch of Blitzwing and Octanes. Come back, go up again, and not a single one in sight.
Here's another little thing, because I was talking to one of the department manager of toys at this one Walmart, and she's one that knows me. She's even asked me to like come and work for her, in the toy department. And I was like, no, I said I'm not doing that.
Be buying everything before street date.
Because she didn't know. Oh yeah, that would be the only benefit. But I said, she goes, what are you looking for? I said, well, I'm looking for this and this. And then she has her little scanner. She goes, it looks like that's all I have here, so let me order some more of those. And I asked her, I said, did they not just ship it whatever, like you need it? Do they not just ship it? She goes, well, it's kind of like we don't, know, like but she goes, I can order as well. If I see like, hey, these are empty pegs, I can like click on and be like, all right, we need more of that, or I don't need to order that. So it's not a special order, but it's like, hey, I'm ordering Transformers Titans Returns Deluxe. It's not like you're ordering a particular wave. It's whatever, like, they're like, okay, they wanted a wave, and while they should be on wave, let's say 3 or 4, if they just pick up a box and it's wave 1, then that's what you're getting. That's what they're sending out, is what she said.
That's ridiculous.
I said, this actually, that makes a lot more sense, because while she was like, oh, I said, I'm looking for Black Shadow and like Overlord, and then all that was there was Soundwave. She was like, order in. She goes, hey, I got some more figures in, but they just sent me more of these sound waves. And she goes, I really can't order anymore because now I've got 8 of them of the same figure, and I couldn't sell the first 4. And so now I've got 4 more of them.
See, our Walmart was like that too, and with this reset that they're doing, they had leader classes marked down to $20. And then I went to go change one of the trashes where I work, and sure enough, there's a Soundwave box in the trash.
Oh, man. I got real lucky, though. I was at Toys R Us, and I actually found a 6-shot.
That's where I found mine a while back, yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen this ever in the store, ever. And that's like finding gold for me. It's like, I haven't seen anything at all on the shelves except the RID stuff that I don't like to buy, you know.
Right.
No, apparently no one does, because that's still full on the shelves.
I found my Titans Return 6-shot at Autobot City Toys 2008. Anyone get it? That's Mike's screen name. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, no one cares about Mike.
It's 1978, not 2008.
No, that's BotCon fan 1978. He had his screen name's on something's Autobot City Toys or Autobot City Comics. Or something
Autobot City Comics 2008 on TFW.
Okay.
That was that was my store name when I still had a comic book store.
That 6-shot, like I got mine. I only saw it once. That one 6-shot at Toys R Us, and that was it. I've never seen it at another store. I never saw it at Toys R Us ever again.
Same here.
It was just that one time, and I got the one.
Yep.
So
And
I
that
mean,
makes you guys are making me want to go play with my Titans Return 6-shot.
I was really happy to find them. Plus, I had a $5 coupon, so I used that.
There's been a 6-shot sitting at one of these Targets I go to for about a month now, just sitting there. I'm surprised it's still there every time I go there.
But the Star Wars, it really hurts because you start looking at some of the other brands. So let's say like Mattel, they are packed.
Yeah.
Like all the wrestling figures.
Yep.
Dude, I didn't even know that there were that many wrestlers.
Every 2 weeks, I swear to God. Mike, you go in the stores a lot. Aren't you seeing like new wrestling figures every 2 weeks? I know.
Regardless if they're new, they are more stocked than anything Hasbro puts out.
Yeah.
And even when Josh does his videos, I've noticed every video he does, wrestling. It's like literally they are shelf warmers, but they're just constantly stocked because they get their distribution out correctly.
Same with Ninja Turtles.
Turtles are.
They've started to cut back on Turtles here in Virginia. It's not like it was.
I wish Walmart and Targets did Mattel's Halo line, because then I could be able to go somewhere except for Walgreens and Toys R Us.
They're dwindling it down because
they're winding down now.
Yeah.
Flooded with cars.
Here's the funny part.
Oh, God.
You know how we talk about distribution, whatever the word is. Think about this, or actually explain this. How in the hell does Walgreens, of all places, get certain lines of Titans returns before the main big brick and mortars do? Walmart, Target. They're getting that makes no sense right there.
Let's talk about it. That's a good topic. All right, so I went in Walgreens Friday because as far as I know, the street date for these 2 clones, it was Saturday. That's what I've heard on multiple shows. So I went in. This is just a random person going in. I go in Walgreens maybe once a week, and I'll take a look at what's going on. I don't go in maybe twice if it's an odd week. But so I went in one I don't normally go in, and just take a look. And I talked to the manager. She had no idea what I was talking about Hasbro exclusives. She's like, "This is all our toys. This is all our toys." And I said, "Okay." Now, previously with other and by the way, I've never seen the last exclusives I saw at Walgreens would be the Punisher Marvel Legend That was the last one I saw. I can tell you for a fact that there has been, I go to 2 of them. One of my Walgreens has had one single getaway for what seems like 5 months, at least. And then the other one has 2 highbrows that have been sitting there for probably 5 months. And I'm supposed to believe that I'm going to walk in Walgreens and find this clone 2-pack. That's not happening. I know it's not happening. I know I'll have to get it from one of you guys. It's never going to happen.
Well,
I think Takara announced clones 2-packs anyway, so just buy the Takara ones of that.
Well, here's the deal on that. See, because I have a buddy who's a manager at one of the Walgreens in Hot Springs, and he always posts to me or on the Facebook page about, hey, this is what I got. That's the only way I got my R2D2 40th was because he knew I was looking for it. He sends me pictures. Hey, look what I got. You want me to hold it for you? Yes. He already knows whatever he gets on the 2-pack clones. He already knows. I already told him, whatever you get on those, just put it to the side. I'll come get them. So when those show up, I want to let you guys know, hey, I got a whole case of these. He usually gets cases because they go through so many toys down there.
That's so
they
weird.
Get cases of them? Wow,
that's
cases. Crazy.
Now he's told me what it is that each store is different. So depending on their distribution or their revenue of what they sell, each peg's only allowed to have so many of that item. So like Titan's Return, like you said, you've only seen that one sitting there for 5 months, which probably means that they're only allowed to have one in there at a time because their sales on that item are shitty in that area. So that means once that one sells, they'll ship another one.
It's been twice, the 2 X-Men waves, the complete wave. I've been able to go into this one Walgreens that's on my way to work, and by both times it was from them, complete X-Men wave, and they got it before all the other stores did. I had them like really early, so they're good. Again, they're good with Marvel Legends, but they still try. Like the only Star Wars figure they have is their C-3PO that was their exclusive, which was made pretty irrelevant.
Never saw that here.
I actually found that.
Dude, my Walgreens still has like 8 of them.
I need to PayPal you and just get that through you. Yeah, I've never seen one here. I went in three Walgreens looking for that, and I never saw it.
Dude, yeah. Actually, I think 2 of my Walgreens, they just have like 6, 7, or 8 of them.
Yeah, the Walgreens thing is that even some of the Walgreens here, I would see some of the 40 of Star Wars on their shelves. Toys R Us, never seen one, not once. Even where Josh told me that they were on the main shelf, he found them somewhere else. I started looking at other places throughout the Toys R Us store. Couldn't find them nowhere. And when I would ask the manager I know, she really didn't know what I was talking about. She usually knows pretty much everything I talk about, but it's like those things were so scarce in Toys R Us. And from what I heard was people who've pre-ordered these, they're not even going to get those. So, I mean, it's like Hasbro just cut the X on that.
Yeah, and it's not like none of us live in the same exact location either. We're all from different states if anybody from Hasbro is listening.
Yeah, right. What about the Nintendo? Take that, for example. Let's talk about something, the distribution on the Classic, how horrible that was.
They did that on purpose, though.
That's a Nintendo's marketing strategy, though. That's different. Yeah. And I feel like that's different than this distribution that's gotten worse over time. And I still believe that it's not. I still believe that it's on purpose. I think this is a new way that they're going to do business. Just what I believe.
Well, they're going to edge towards their Hasbro fan club, in which I think would be dumb if they didn't offer retail stuff, because even the clubs for Joe and Transformers offered retail products every now and again. And for the most part, like I would actually like for Beast Hunters, I think I got all my Beast Hunter stuff from the Transformers Club, just because they threw it all up, and I was like, well, hell yeah. But I think that is going to be kind of how they want to do that. But ultimately, their customers are Walmart and Target and Toys R Us. Like that's who they need to sell to. But I don't think it's as much Hasbro as much as it is maybe the brick and mortar stores. because they have a very broken system of getting that stuff out there, and they typically tend to over order on the first 2 waves. They've always done that.
Part of me feels they don't care.
Yeah, that's how it feels in this area. It's like
You
they're
like-
just we're not going.
Because
Oh yeah, it's not electronics.
Every time I ask, they're like, well, what we got is on the shelves. And what really made me mad was when I was at Toys R Us about a week and a half ago. I was, well, not that long ago, but about a week ago when the Hasbro MP10 was coming out. And they didn't have any. And so I went to the customer service counter, and they said, oh, we're not going to get those. This store is not going to get any store exclusives. And I'm like, that's insane, because, people are going to buy that. But to make the long story short, I went there a few days later, and I find 4 of them on the shelf. Of course, they're all beat up, but I did find the MP10, and I told them, you guys lied to me. You guys, looked on your computer saying that you're not going to get any, and yet you have 4 of them sitting on the shelf. And they're like, well, we don't know what exactly we're going to get from the truck. So it's like...
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, the communication, and some of it is just the employees, but some of it is the communication from up top to down below. It's just horrible.
I know Toys R Us, they don't find out what they're going to get in the truck until the night before when they get their manifest.
Right.
See, that's such an asinine way of ordering stuff. Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't get that at all. Like, as someone who used to work in retail, granted it was auto parts, a little bit different ball game. I still just don't understand, like, that method of sending stuff out. I just don't.
Here's what I understand. In stores that specialize in toys, it's really sad that the hiring process for that sucks. You should have some basic knowledge of toys besides being a 16-year-old kid or a 20 or 18-year-old kid out of high school that don't know shit from Shinola.
Yeah, but again, that goes back to that Walmart toy department manager trying to wow, you know a lot about these toys. Will you please work for me? I'm like, no.
You can't afford me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to work for peanuts and weekends and stuff like that, and just straightening toy shelves. Like you could hand me a box of toys and I could go put this up, put up pallets faster than any of these other people that you have, and probably even her, because she was like, you were looking at Star Wars stuff. Do you know what this is? Is this some kind of board game? She was talking about the Darth Vader 40th anniversary thing. It's kind of shaped like a board game. She goes, is this electronics or is it a board game? I said, no, this is what this is because of this and this and this, and because of Kenner and she's like, you want to work for me? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But I was going to talk about something like someone here locally. They asked me, they're like, hey, you're into the toy collecting and stuff like that, and they're like, you have fun and stuff. I was like, yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. We do a couple of shows, and I've met a lot of good friends and stuff. They're like, I've been kind of, I don't know if I'm going to dive deep into it, but I was thinking about, kind of just, picking up, starting, getting into it, collecting a line. My advice to them was, don't.
Honestly,
I have never, any hobby that I've ever had in my life, I have never had to jump through so many freaking hoops just to complete a one line. To where it's like, if you want to be a Transformer fan, okay, well then they've got these exclusives, but here's exclusives for this place. It's not just exclusives. You can all get them here. You have to go to all these different places. There's online exclusive, BTS exclusive, Walmart exclusive, Toys R Us exclusive.
That's why whenever it comes to Transformers, I always tell people just go Takara. Just import the Takara from a Japanese reseller, because they're gonna give you the exact same stuff, maybe with a couple of differences here and there, but for the most part, you're gonna get the exact same stuff. And the money you would have wasted in gas and shipping from Big Bad Toy Store or whatever, that'll transfer over to the difference, and you'll get a more quality figure with better paint. and you can just get all that stuff shipped to you from Japan.
Well,
And
not
then,
even
you'll get all of it.
Transformers, but even Star Wars, like whenever they have like Kmart exclusives. I ain't got a Kmart in my
Takara does Star Wars stuff too. Like, you really ought to check out some of these other other sections of the Japanese like retail websites, because like they put out stuff over there, essentially the same as Hasbro.
My point is that you have to jump through a lot of hoops, and it's a pain in the ass. Like, like even whenever I was into like stereo competition and car shows and stuff, like I want to go buy something, I just go order it. One of the easiest things for me to do, and also Rick and I, is Super 7 said, we're making them to order. They're going live this time to this time. Place your order, pay your money, and we'll ship them out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? They're all there. I want all this right here.
And you know what else that helps too? It helps with scalpers. And I know we didn't talk about it, but that might have a little bit to do with some of the things that we consider distribution. I'm not sure. But you don't have to worry about scalpers because they're making it to order. Anybody that wants one can get one. It's not like a 5-minute window or even 30-second window like the Thundercats were with Matty Collector.
That's what I liked about FunPub's figure subscription service. That's a really good model, the made-to-order model.
And
I agree.
No limit at all.
Yeah, I love it.
Dude, Mattel was one of the worst, where they're like, all right, so we're doing the subscription service with Thundercats, but to where, hey, you order your subscription, that gets you, like the people that want to buy like the day of, they may or may not be able to get it. You're guaranteed to get it. Plus, you'll get the subscription exclusive figure, where that's not going to go on day of sale. You're like, okay, so I'm getting everything with a subscription. Come to find out, the very first Thundercat figures released are San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, which disappeared off their website 5 seconds later after going live.
Yeah.
So it was a pain in the ass from the very get-go. And that Mattel's always been like that. But
I'll say with the Hasbro Black Series Star Wars figures, I would have, up until this past 12 months, I would have collected every single one and been 100% in. And I've gotten behind because of the last 12 months, and I will not fill all those holes, which means I'm not going to spend as much money on the product. So that's your fault, Hasbro. Or brick and mortar, either one. Yeah, I'll never catch up. I'm probably 12 down, and I just don't see me going back and getting all of them at this point. So,
dude, they're still trying to get $19.99 at Walmart for Constable Zuvio. And Finn, that's been sitting on the pegs for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
That Finn, I'm sick of it.
Well, they finally started clearancing them out now. All these Star Wars toys,
I should have started a lot longer than that. Because we're talking about figures that are 2 years old. Like anyone that wanted them, they've already got them. Like,
I wonder.
You don't need two Constable Zuvios. Like if it was a Stormtrooper or something like that, or Snowtrooper, you want to clearance it down to $5, $7, $8, whatever. Sure, I'll army build, even though I've already got 3 of each. I'll buy another one for like real cheap. But if it's a character like the Finn, I've already got a few Finns already. I don't need to double them up. Like I don't need 2 Stormtrooper Finns.
I wonder how Force Friday is going to go after this 12-month weird distribution. I mean, after talking, it's widespread, so we know it is. I wonder how Force Friday will go. Yeah, more Fins.
A variant, yeah.
Yeah, like I wonder, like a character like Hera or the Thrawn at a random Toys R Us or a Walmart. I wonder how many that night they'll have in stock. Is it a handful or is it 20? I don't know.
I think Toys R Us, because I've done the midnight release. Toys R Us.
Nerd.
Dude, I took a week vacation off during
I know.
Friday.
I like it.
I know, dude.
I like it. I respect it.
Dude, I went into the real quick sidebar. I went to my boss's office. And I was like, she goes, yeah. So these 2 vacation requests, the dates overlap. I don't understand it. I'm like, well, I want the week, but if you deny me that, then I've already submitted my counter offer, you know, where at least give me the Thursday and Friday. And she goes, I'll give you the week. She goes, what's this for? She goes, it's got something to do with a convention or something. I said, well, the Star Wars Force Friday as their midnight release of their new Star Wars figure. She goes, get out of my office.
Priorities.
Yeah, she knows that I'm all into that stuff. But the Toys R Us that during when I went midnight release, I believe Star Wars 6-inch Black Series, they did they had 4 cases, I believe. So it was really light. Like if you weren't one of the first 3 people, like you weren't getting it. Because like me and the other first 2 guys, like we were getting the complete line and we were going to army build. But then we go to, usually Walmart will put their stuff out like an hour or 2 before, you know, because the night crew are the ones that put it out and they don't give a shit. So they'll just cut or you can even cut it with a box cutter, the little foam around it or whatever. And just, I usually do my army building through there because they usually have like 2, like an 8-foot long section.
Right.
So I'll hit up the Walmarts and do my army building. And then I got my GameStop store manager that I'll just be like, you know, I'll call him before the store opens. Hey, put all this aside to me.
Hey,
you're man on the streets.
Yeah.
What are the Toys R Us rules? Just walk me through it because I've got to decide what I'm going to do this year. I've never done the Toys R Us. I've gone to Toys R Us later that night because they stay open a little later. I usually start at Walmart and end at Toys R Us. What's the rules?
You just stand in line outside, and then whenever it's midnight, see, here's the deal that I'll tell you is everyone's kind of knows where they're going and knows where the Star Wars section is. Well, at the very beginning, they're trying to Toys R Us. They usually do like some kind of promotional thing. Like last year, I think it was like or a year before last, it was a poster or something. And last year they had something like a Lego thing. Yeah. So what they try, and I got the T-shirt. So what they do is they have a table right there at the beginning. So as soon as you walk through the door, they're like, okay, you get your poster and stuff. You walk past them and go get your toys first. That way you get your toys, because they're like, even if I was third in line, I was first there and I wasn't running or anything. I'm just kind of at a nice steady pace, but they're over there getting their free posters and T-shirts, and I'm already there. I got all my toys, and then I walk back up to the table because they got plenty of the stuff, and I'm like, yep, I'll take my thing now, and I'm ready to check out.
How many people got what they wanted? Like, was there like 5 of you that got everything that you wanted, or was there more than that?
There's usually about 5. Because, like I said, there's like it's Star Wars 6-inch Black Series at Toys R Us. Like they got in like 4, maybe 5 cases, and like me and the first 2 people, we were gonna buy the entire, the entire wave. Plus, if you got troopers in there, we're gonna army build. So, but some of them they get in there and they're just about the 3 3/4 inch stuff, 5 points of articulation. Some of them are into, I don't know, whatever other kind of weird stuff that they're selling.
Man, I'm so happy I don't collect Star Wars.
Be happy, dude. Be happy. Seriously.
I
haven't heard if I had the GameStop manager was looking for it for me, because I was like, they're supposed to be coming out with, how they did the Kylo Ren helmet, and then they did the 2 Stormtrooper helmets. I'm like, this year was supposed to be Poe Dameron's helmet. Yeah. Does it show anything because they've always done that where they released it on Force Friday, but we haven't heard any info up to this point. He looked in his system. He goes, well, at least we're not getting it because I don't show it. So I don't know if that's going to be a Force Friday item or if it's going to appear later, but we know we're getting a Poe Dameron helmet at some point. That's another $80.
I kind of want to get that one.
Looks nice.
Yeah,
like all the Star Wars helmets. We need the Scarif Stormtrooper and Biker Scout and Darth Vader and Boba Fett.
I'd be all over that.
All right, guys. We've almost gone an hour and a half. So you guys want to go ahead and end it there? Yeah,
that
sounds good.
All right. All right. Well, thanks a lot for people in the chat, people that are going to watch in video form. Hopefully you enjoy the video. We'll be back in 2 weeks, again, Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll also have the Cybercast at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time right before this show. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. We're going to go ahead and sign out. Tell people where they can find you. Mike.
You can find me on Twitter as BotContent1978 and on YouTube as Autobot City Toys.
Dalton.
You can find me everywhere at Dalton TCS, and you can find me on PlayStation 4 as Dalton1985.
Dakota.
You can find me everywhere at PrimalSabbath.
I'm a selfish.
Rick.
And you can find me on Twitter as Shatrdglassjazz.
Sportimus.
You can find me on Twitter and Facebook as Sportimus Prime, and on YouTube as just Sportimus.
All right, and you can find me Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, G1Xtron, and Facebook pages the G1Xtron. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. We'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.